What's up YouTube, Marzak here, and so a big thing that everybody's talking about right now is whether or not Facebook is going to be relevant in 5 to 10 years, and that's because it just got some big stocks thing. I don't really follow that, but apparently it got some stocks and people are actually buying it for some reason. I don't know why you would buy stock on a social networking website on the internet. But anyways, so, the big question that everybody is putting out there is whether or not Facebook is going to last and still be, I don't know what the exact word would be relevant, I guess, in a couple of years. And it's reaching its height at about 600 million people right now. 600 million people is a lot of people having Facebook accounts. Now, that is not accurate. There are plenty of people, weird people, that make accounts for their pets. And there's really just horrible people that make fake accounts of girls that hit on weird guys and then they act like they're dating. It's really complicated. I'll go through a scenario. Actually, I won't. But it's a horrible thing, and it's just, like, why would you do that? Where someone makes, like, a guy or something, a weird guy makes a fake account of a girl who has a lot of pictures on the internet, and then uses those as her pictures to make it look like she's a real person, and then befriends guys, and then acts like they're dating them. But they live in some other part of the world, so it's going to take a long time to get there. And that's basically how it goes. So I would cut that down to maybe 550 million people. But that is just my honest opinion. Anyways, for the opinion on whether it's going to last or not, no, I do not think that Facebook is going to last as a huge superpower on the internet until, that long. Sure, they're a multi-billion-dollar industry. But that's only because every day they're getting a couple extra thousand, maybe even not a million, but they're getting a couple hundred to 1,000 people a day getting a Facebook account, and I'm checking mine right now. And basically what they're doing is they're adding all these features that make you come back to the website and come back to see if, something has changed since you left. And that's what, Facebook is. Before Facebook, I just had an email account and a YouTube account, and that was it. And I would check them, and then I would leave. And I'd come back about an hour or two later, and I'd check them. And if I got an email, I'd message them back. And I'd leave, for another hour or so. And when I got a Facebook account, the first thing I noticed is that you always wanted to check it. You always wanted to know what was going on with your friends, and you always wanted to look at your Facebook and see, like what's happening on Facebook. And it was always something that it was like an addiction that you had to get your fix for it, and it still is for a lot of people. It is for me. I know. I always have a Facebook tab, open, and sometimes I go the thing is that I don't really post actual things on Facebook, because nowadays people post, like, there's people who are taking advantage of the system. There's people like Diggy or Digi Simmons and Brandon Cyrus and all these horrible excuses for human beings who post pictures of, like, horrible people, just a person in their lowest stage in life, with, like, horrible stages of cancer, and babies with like scratches, with like cuts and bruises and stuff, and they say, if you don't like this, you're a horrible person, and comment and like if for praying and stuff. And it's just like, really, how much of a complete asshole can you be to do that? I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but still, these people are just horrible excuses for human beings. I can't believe that they do this. But, so they're in the picture, and they're getting hugely popular. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers, which is basically having the same thing as a friend. Like, being a subscriber of somebody is like, friending them but they're not adding you to their friend list. They're just letting you see all their posts. It's kind of weird that way, and I don't get that. I don't get how subscribing works, but I guess that's just because I'm stupid or something. It's painfully obvious, so I'll get it. I'll get it soon. But so with things going the way they're going right now, I doubt that Facebook would last even 2 or 3 years. You know, so many changes. Like, the timeline changed so much. The thing is, I think that Facebook, you know, people always want a dislike button, or they want to have backgrounds for their Facebook, or they want to change the color. Instead of blue, they want to have like green or something. And you're never gonna have that. You're never gonna get to have that. You're not going to, and that's just the sad fact, because Facebook, that's how they keep everything organized, and they want everything to be organized. They want everybody to have timeline, because if you don't get timeline, then you're stuck with this old profile that nobody has anymore, and you're, you know, in the last generation. So actually get timeline because it's good. You can look back at all your old posts, and God, I joined Facebook in 2009, and I was the weirdest child. I don't even know. It's painful to look back at the things that I said back then. I was so weird. Oh man, it's kind of like having that like your older or like your aunt or your grandfather or your mom or dad on Facebook and like doing these weird posts and all this just weird stuff. But looking back and then realizing you did the exact same thing when you joined Facebook. That's very much how it is. So that's my opinion. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but here, I'll sum it up for you. No, I do not believe that it will last 10 years. It may last 5 years on a whim, like MySpace is still alive somehow. It'll be like MySpace in 5 years, in my opinion. So that is my humble opinion, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.